What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mission Accomplished. My name is Michelle.
I'm Garrett, and today we are talking about what? What are we talking about?
You literally said, I got this. Okay, so first things first.
Man.
We're going to be debriefing a little bit on our experience releasing our Marvel project and getting your feedback. Giving you guys a couple more updates on streaming, Twitch.
Updates on streaming.
Yes. And also, lastly, talking about this crazy project I got to be a part of.
That's what we're talking about. Oh,
yes,
I remember now.
Remember. And I technically was in the #1 box office hit film in America
for one
earlier
day.
this summer. This is a true story. This is completely crazy. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you might have a bit of an understanding of what I'm referring to. We're going to tell you the whole thing. This is not clickbait. This is the whole and complete truth. I was in the #1 box office film this summer. Okay. But before we get there,
this summer for a day.
For a day. I mean, for one day. Okay, whatever. We're going to explain.
That's very important.
We're going to explain the loophole and all this other stuff later.
First, we're going to talk about some housekeeping. So, Twitch. We've been streaming on Twitch. Michelle, do you know what FOMO is?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's probably what you're experiencing if you're not watching our Twitch streams. They're really fun. They're really exciting. We're playing Fortnite as if that game's not dead. And it's been great. We have our friends Tina
and Daniel
playing with us.
It's mass chaos. It's so much fun. And yeah, I just want to say thank you again to everybody following on Twitch. I know, I feel like we've brought up Twitch so many times on the podcast.
Deal with it.
And yeah, I mean, this podcast is about us telling you what we're excited about. Genuinely, we're super excited. I just had this amazing conversation with Taylor, who does a lot of graphics for us, and they are redoing our entire graphics package for Twitch. We're really upping the game. The setup is improving by the day.
You can't see it, but the gaming setup that Michelle plays is
right over here, right next to where we are, and it is quite the setup. But it's right over there. Okay, get out of my frame. Get out of my frame. Yeah, we've been having just so much fun streaming and hanging out with you guys and growing and learning. Also, our Discord has just been super, super fun. So again, be sure to join us on Twitch and the Discord. We're still TBD on if we're going to do a YouTube channel.
We are.
Okay, fine. We're going to
do the votes are in. Yeah. We're doing a gaming channel.
It's just a matter of naming it. And I saw on the last podcast.
And finding an editor.
Yeah, finding an editor is a big
important
one. We have to find an editor.
Are you an editor who likes video games? Apply
and
today.
Are you good at editing?
Do you like us? Do you think we are fun? If so, apply to become the editor of the new YouTube gaming channel brought to you by MK.
You know what email address they think we still have? mkchanneljobs@gmail.com.
Hit us up.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we're looking for an editor. We're going to try it out for a month and see what we think.
If it sucks, we're canoning it.
Canoning implies that we will continue it.
Canning it. Not canon.
Okay, well, whatever. But we're really excited about it. We have a lot of great ideas. Someone asked on the last podcast if by doing a gaming channel, it will detract from the main channel. No, because we're already gaming a ton. And that's why we want to find an editor so that neither Garrett or I have to bear that time or responsibility, and we can just have fun and then pass it off to somebody else, and we get to share that experience with you guys.
Yeah, we're going to be gaming regardless or streaming regardless.
Yeah,
so we
I'm
might
a gamer
as well
now. Kind of. I play Fortnite.
You play games now.
Okay, well, I'm going to play more games. It's just going to be really fun. And
if you have suggestions for new games you want us to play that are not Fortnite,
I feel like we are bombarding everybody so much. Anyways, I want to wrap that out.
No more Twitch for this podcast.
Yes. Okay, so now let's dive in.
Can I fix your hair?
Please.
You have like a thing.
Fuck.
I think that looks better.
Okay,
all right,
great.
Let's keep going.
All right, so second thing second, want to debrief a little bit on releasing the Black Widow episode. Both the I Trained Like Black Widow episode as well as the finale fight scene titled Whose Heist Is It Anyway? Hit YouTube trending. Lots of amazing response from you guys. Such a warm welcome back.
Thanks for watching it.
Thank you for watching. If you haven't, what are you doing? Go watch it. You know, I gotta say, I was a little bit nervous about separating the final sketch from the doc that encompasses my training.
I have another Twitch plug.
What the?
Shameless Twitch plug. On our last Twitch stream, we did a Q&A about the Black Widow video. So, Twitch.
Oh my God. We are annoying everyone so much. Stop talking about Twitch. Okay.
Do you guys like us on Twitch? Do you know that I also stream on Twitch?
Shut up. You know who does? Moobot.
Dude, we have a great bot in our chat. Keeping the chat clean.
We didn't even set it up. One of our mods, Ophaniel, did.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, and MooBot is basically this bot in the Twitch chat that like randomly plugs our stuff throughout the stream. It's kind of funny.
MooBot.
MooBot.
It's called MooBot.
MooBot.
Follow us on Twitch.
Okay, anyway, so back to this Marvel thing. Both the sketch and the doc trended. I originally was nervous about separating the two because in season 1, we always had the final fight scene at the end of the doc, but I like that we separated it. I like that they each got to be celebrated separately and independently of each other. Collectively on both, almost 700,000 views at this point. I want to say potentially more than that at this point.
We like that number.
That is super, super exciting.
There's that mysterious accent.
I don't know where that's coming from.
Very interesting.
My therapist is Australian. So anyways, super exciting to just feel that warmth and excitement, especially because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was having a rough week last week. And I don't really want to go into all the specifics as why, but it's a really tough week for me business-wise and personally, just going through it and getting to finally release this video, which we've been working on for 7 months. And you guys just being excited about it.
Also, to be fair, 7 months just because it's been in post, because we shot it before quarantine. So it's been in post-production this whole time. She didn't train for 7 months.
No.
I just want to throw that out there.
Let's clarify. Yeah, 7 months, a lot of it was getting feedback and whatnot from Marvel. Releasing this episode of MKUltra and this final fight scene made me just really feel so loved and excited to be doing this content for you guys again, and really reinvigorated that love of scripted content. Both of us, I believe, our first love of entertainment was scripted content and
still is
episodic. And the original reason I wanted to do our superhero series season 1 a couple years ago was because I wanted to have footage for my reel, opportunities to practice acting and really showcase what I could learn, because one of my biggest dreams is to be in a superhero related action kind of TV show or movie. And right now the industry as a whole, studio industry, is pretty dead. Like 99% of production is completely shut down because of coronavirus. Rightly so. Everyone stay home, be safe, wear a mask, wash your hands. And something I've been feeling so much lately is just an immense gratitude for, in the year 2020, the ability at any level for anyone to be able to pick up a camera and create their own content.
So right now, what you're experiencing is Michelle expertly segueing us into the main topic of today's podcast.
Okay. And so I want to talk to you guys today primarily about this crazy story, insane, amazing experience that I had wherein oh yeah, Garrett's involved.
There's a secret little cameo.
We were in the #1 box office film, or one of them, this summer.
So for one day this summer, Michelle was one of the lead characters in the #1 box office movie in America for one day.
And the film is called Unsubscribe, and I will tell you guys in detail this whole story about how this happened, why, and everything.
Yeah, Michelle, how did this happen? What a crazy thing.
Crazy. All right, so you guys may or may not be familiar with Eric Tabak. He is another YouTuber. He is also former BuzzFeed. And at BuzzFeed, he really specialized, I don't even know how to explain it, in these very grand high concept
ideas.
videos. And I actually never overlapped in my time with him. I had left before he began working there. He now no longer works there either and has his own YouTube channel independently. But we were both like aware of each other's existence and familiar with each other. And one day earlier in quarantine, I got a text from an unknown number, which turned out to be him, basically saying, "Hey, I'm Eric. I'm a fan of your work."
Unknown number?
Well, he wasn't in my phone book. It didn't say like unknown spam. It wasn't like that.
Sorry, I don't know what I thought.
Oh my God. Okay.
It said literally like a bunch of zeros.
I did not know the number. Therefore, it was unknown to me. So, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Eric. I am working on this project and I'd really love for you to star and act in it." And I was like, what the heck? Because I mean, we never talked before. This is kind of crazy. But also at the same time, I'm like, you know what? There are no auditions. There's nothing going on. I'm always down to grow and improve and learn and get more material for that aspect of my life. So sure.
So what was his pitch to you? Because it wasn't just be in this movie.
Right. It wasn't like be in my short film.
There was a plan, if you will.
So he and the director, Christian Nilsson, who is an Emmy Award winner, called me that night and basically detailed to me this grand master plan. So this summer, and also, by the way, guys, the Zach Kornfeld from the Try Guys was also in this film, and he also discusses it a little bit on the Tripod, so be sure to check out the Try Guys Tripod if you want to hear his end of the story. But basically, they call me and they're like, "Hey, so we have this really crazy idea, and we're going to try and make the #1 box office film in America." It's like, what the heck? Like, how are we going to do this? Like, we're in quarantine.
Please explain,
what is going on? And basically, Eric found this loophole such that because no movies are out this summer at all, really. And specifically at that time, I believe at that time, it was also when drive-ins were also closed. So no one was even going to drive-in movies, really. That the numbers for profit were so low for films that this is an opportunity to release anything. And if you get enough tickets sold, you could have the #1 box office film. They found a theater, I think in Westchester, one of those west places in New York that people go to in the summertime, that was willing to screen the film.
Eric wants to make a movie at a very low budget, $0 budget movie over Zoom, which he can film in a couple of days for no money. He will then edit that movie together, go to a movie theater, have it play in the theater, and buy out the theater himself, screening after screening after screening. So he will pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to have it played, but because if you buy a certain amount of tickets, you get like full profit back. I'm not sure how that works. Watch Eric's video to explain that, so that he gets the money back. He keeps buying out theaters so that he then hopefully will have the highest grossing movie of that day. So that is like the master plan of what he's trying to do.
And the premise of Unsubscribe is that it's a horror film about friends on a Zoom call.
And to be clear, when this movie is screening or is airing in a theater, there's nobody in any of these seats except for
Eric and Christian.
So they're sitting by themselves, just for fun, watching some of them. But that is the scenario. So just to put that in your head of what is going on.
Yeah. So over the phone, Christian and Eric pitch me this premise. I think it's pretty smart. I'm also very available because what else are we going to do in quarantine? And I was just so excited to be considered to be a part of this. Eric is very good at pulling off these crazy experiments and making them go viral. So I had, a lot of high hopes and excitement about it. And also, as someone who normally is auditioning in Hollywood, there are no auditions right now. Haven't been on one in like 5 months. I don't even know. And I was just, excited to be acting and to be a part of something without the Hollywood bullshit. You know what I mean?
Hey, do you like the show Ozark on Netflix? Yeah, me too. Well, guess what? The character Wyatt in Ozark is also starring in this movie.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
And I mean, I'm on the phone and they're like, oh yeah, we have Charlie Tahan who plays Wyatt on Ozark. He's going to be the villain. I was like, how did you guys pull all of these people together? This is crazy. Zach from the Try Guys is in it. A couple other people were. And I was like, this is such a blessing to be a part of the YouTube community where people have this just fire to create anything in any circumstance. And I think that fire is missing from a lot of people who have only experienced traditional Hollywood. And I mean, like, the group of people who did it, it was only possible because of them. Like, you needed that exact group of people for it to perform well, to get picked up by mainstream media and do as well as it did. And the filming process was really, really interesting too.
I was just going to say, going back to your point of people who've only been in traditional Hollywood, I would agree with that and add there is a sense of going the traditional route in Hollywood that it's always sitting around and waiting for your moment.
Yeah.
Like working your way up in the writer's room until it's your time to finally pitch an idea in the room, from writer PA or from an assistant to an actual writer in the room. And there's always this idea of waiting for your time to get to speak up and prove yourself. And what I think the larger topic here with this podcast episode is to talk about this drive, this ambition of not letting it, like not waiting for anyone else to give you the okay, but just to say, I'm just going to go do it.
I just loved it. I mean, we met for 4 nights over Zoom, filming every single night. And it not only was it just really cool to meet Charlie Tahan and get to work off of him and see him work, but it was just a really cool experience seeing how a movie can be made with those insane limitations placed upon it. Also, I don't know if it would have been possible with a group of just normal actors, because everyone in that group already knew how to light themselves, how to self-film, how to be aware of all of those things. Because as a YouTuber, you're not just thinking about your performance on camera, but you're worrying about the producing and the technicals. And all of us had that experience. So it made things it made things very seamless in a lot of ways. I mean, of course, there were, some technical difficulties because it's Zoom. But I was really impressed. And then I was impressed in the edit by Christian's management of all of that footage from the Zoom call. You think, oh, just filming over Zoom, it must be so easy. But what you're not realizing is that you're dealing with like 7 different actors' screen recordings and all the graphics. And if the entire film takes place on a computer screen, you are animating all of those graphics for the computer screen. So it's a lot to manage in post-production. And I think Eric briefly touched on it in his video. But yeah, like the footage management part of that is crazy. So I'm so impressed by Christian and how quickly he put it together. It was scored by a composer. Yeah. I thought it was great.
So I think we should discuss the real hero of the movie, which I believe is me. I have become sort of a movie celebrity overnight. Well,
so in the film, you should watch it. There's a like this premise of, well, I don't want to give too much away.
Here's what I'll say. Because it's quarantine, we needed another actor to be in the same scene as Michelle. And so I was the only option to safely film in the vicinity of
Garrett
Michelle.
saved the day.
So I had to step in and play a character. And I didn't have any lines. You don't see my face. But
you're there.
But
and if you know the shape of Garrett's body, you'll see him.
You'll see this silhouette in the film and recognize. Most people don't know this. If I'm adding this to my acting resume, most people don't know this. I am also in the movie The Disaster Artist, about the making of The Room. I went to one of the screenings of that movie, so I was put in, like, at the very end of the movie, you see a shot of me watching the Room in a theater. Anyway, so my resume is pretty great right now.
Were you included on the IMDb?
I was in an Oscar-nominated film. Yes, I am. And I was I was a character in the number one.
You almost said starring.
Well, think about who I'm playing in it. You know, I double maybe.
You're a body double.
I'm a body double for Charlie Ozark. That's his name. So that's pretty cool. My acting career is at an all-time high right now.
It's higher than it was before.
It's never been higher. I am soaring and thriving in quarantine. This is good, guys. Thank you for supporting my acting aspiration. I'm so happy I'm not an actor. I don't like acting at all. I mean, I like people who act.
But you would be such a good voice actor. People don't realize this about Garrett, but Garrett has an incredible talent to recreate pretty much any sound and voice.
I don't think that's true.
But you're okay, you're not like a professional voice actor, but you're like very, very good.
I just make silly sounds sometimes.
Okay, do the sound of when you refresh Twitter on a phone and it's not muted. Are you kidding me? Can you
sounds different.
Can you do zzz, like a robot noise?
I can. That's not impressive.
But there are others that you're really good at.
I am a dungeon master for Dungeons and Dragons, so I have to do a lot of voices, like character, creature, monster voices. So I've picked up a few characters.
Do your fishman voice, your Kuatoa.
No. Anyway, I'm in the movie. I'm really awesome, and I'm going to stop talking about myself now.
Oh my god. Yeah, so we do this 4-night shoot. It's really fun, but also at the end of the day, you're like, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Don't know what's going to happen. And the next thing I hear from Eric is that he sends me a text of him and Christian in tuxedos in front of a marquee that says photo. Unsubscribe, sold out. It was so exciting. And that was the day they were there to do, buy out all the theaters and try to get this to be the #1 box office film. Again, because there are no movies out, so the threshold is very low.
So you got to tell me, did it happen? What are the results?
It did happen for one day. I believe like June 12th or something. I don't remember. Unsubscribe. Go look on Box Office Mojo.
It's there.
Yep. It's the #1 film in America. And at first, IMDb, Box Office Mojo, none of those places thought that what Eric was reporting was real, because they were like, how is this possible? And how did you get Charlie from Ozark and all these other people in the film? And they had to show proof, and they did. And it was announced we were the #1 film in America. And for, I've had this experience when you do something. So like, let's say when we release YouTube Rewind 2019, the musical, you have this feeling of like, this, if any of our videos from this year are going to go viral, this is going to be the one. And you pray and you hope that it happens. And then you release it into the world and you're just waiting. Like, is this video going to do what I designed it to do? And Eric mentioned, for the first few days, the views were kind of like average. And then out of nowhere, boom, all these news outlets were calling him. We were featured on CBS Saturday Morning Today. There was like a whole featurette where they did like a full-on interview with Christian and Eric. I mean, pretty much every news outlet covered it. You can Google unsubscribe Eric Tabak, Christian Nilsson, and all of these articles will come up. And I think what this really is again, just a testament of taking things into your own hands and seeing an opportunity and going for it. And I'm so proud of both of them and grateful that they invited me to do this, and just happy that, I don't know, I was there.
Me too. I was right there with you. And so this kind of reminds me of when we were talking, something interesting when we were talking to JD a few podcast episodes back. We talked to JD Roth, the creator and like producer of a plethora of very famous reality shows, and Karma, which Michelle recently hosted. He mentioned this quote that kind of stuck with us a lot, and I think this is another example of that.
And what JD mentioned was that pretty much at every stage of life and success, you will always, in a certain way, be needing to prove yourself, and needing to work hard. And I feel like throughout my career, something I always used to set these benchmarks of like, when I hit this many subscribers, then I will be set, or then I will feel like a YouTuber or be respected in a certain way.
And obviously hitting those benchmarks help you continue to succeed.
Yes.
But it's never like once you hit something, everything's just like
right.
Everything works.
And if you guys listening, can save yourself a bunch of time and learn something I wish I had known, it's that no matter what level of success you're at, no matter how good at something you are, the only person who is going to care the most about your own success is you. And maybe closely followed by, but not equal to, your mom. Maybe.
Hey, I care about your success.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But again.
But not as much as my own success.
Yeah, I guess I'm saying that because I feel like people think, oh, yes, I got an agent, I got a manager, I got this and this.
And now everything will work.
They're going to care about everything, and they're going to drive me
and to some
where I need.
extent they do, but they'll never care as much as you.
You have to be the one in the driver's seat. All of those additional people are passengers who can sometimes, backseat drive on occasion or say, hey, I think you should turn left here. But you are the one in the driver's seat. You are the one paying for the gas to go in the car. You are the one doing it.
Wonderful
no
analogy.
No matter what. And you have to remember that every step of the way. And I have just been feeling immense gratitude for our ability now, whether, us on our platform, anyone on their own platform, you can create something and you can put it out. And what I loved about what Eric and Christian did was they proved that they can, they won something. They won the box office, and they didn't have a crazy over-the-top budget. Granted, it wasn't technically a sold-out audience in front of people, but it did lead to them becoming the #1 film on Vimeo.
Well, it got them the press that they needed.
Press, yeah.
And so the idea of this wasn't just to hit headlines. It was to hit headlines in order to then hopefully get funding to get money for a next movie that is like their big premiere, let's say. So it was a really smart plan, I think, and they executed it beautifully, and it worked out. The thing is, guys, it worked. And
it's inspiring.
They made the movie for no money. Now, granted, like they, because they had some internet notoriety, they were able to get Charlie Ozark in there. Sorry, Charlie, I know that's not your name. That's what Charlie I'm calling Tejon. You. And like, sure, they had some of those things, but like, that's because they built up to that point, and that was just one of those benchmarks that helped. It's like just because they had internet notoriety did not automatically get them this movie to succeed. It's because of the work they put into it.
By the first few days it was out, exactly. It was kind of like plateau performance on the YouTube end. So I don't know. I mean, even now, let's take our channel, for example. We have over 2 million subscribers. So exciting. But just because we have 2 million subscribers doesn't mean we're going to get 2 million views on every single video. Just because we've hit one benchmark doesn't mean we're fully set all the time. I mean, we're thinking about views constantly and how do we improve and grow, because that's the way not only the algorithm works, but that's just the way life is. You have to keep working. And similar to exercise, if you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Moral of the story is you're always going to have to prove yourself. You're always going to have to work at it. Even if you hit a specific moment or benchmark, you're still going to have to do it time and time again. Yeah. But that's also kind of the thrill of life, is always, always
and I think like thing. You can look at this in two ways. You can look at it and feel hopelessness, right, because man, I'm gonna have to do this over and over and over again. But again, I feel like exercise is such a great metaphor for this, because you can continue to do the same workout over and over again, and it'll continue to be hard, but it will become more manageable. You'll know what parts of the workout to anticipate. You'll know how to transition, and you will get better at it. And that is something I'm trying to work on every single day on the channel as a producer and creator and host. As an actress, and I am, again, I keep saying this, but I'm just so grateful we could create content during this time.
I'm just happy I can call myself a movie star. Mm-hmm. Isn't that the dream?
Well, so you were included on the IMDb?
For what? Disaster artist?
No. For
unsubscribed. No.
Wait,
I don't
did you
think
look?
So. I can add myself. Anyone can add yourself to any movie.
Wait, I'm gonna look.
So now's the time that we transition to a news segment that I'm making up on the spot called "What's Happening Next?" What's happening next?
Well, our next video on the channel is
that was real smooth,
unique and special video. We haven't talked about this yet, but
guys, I am the star of the next challenge accepted.
Oh,
that's right.
God,
you all wanted me to do a challenge video with Michelle. Well, guess what? I found my way out. I made a challenge accepted episode. We made an episode where it's the story of me planning the proposal, of me proposing to Michelle.
So the video is starring Garrett. More than me.
Again, movie star status for myself. I'm really doing well in quarantine.
In case you guys didn't know, we're engaged. We got engaged in February before the insanity
this all went to shit
of 2020. And we got engaged in Bora Bora. And so this video details the insane story of how that happened, because
it's a doozy.
It basically all went down in 48 hours. In 48 hours, it went from we're in LA to we're in Bora Bora.
Essentially,
unplanned.
The reason it's a story is because I was planning on proposing like months later in the future in somewhere completely different. And then circumstances happened where I had to now propose within 48 hours of me finding out new information. And so it's that story. It's really fun. I just watched one of the first cuts of it. Is hilarious. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. So that's what's happening next on the channel. That video will come out in about a week or so.
And I'm excited about it because like when it happened, we posted a photo on Instagram and everybody was so supportive. Thank you guys. But nobody knows the story. Nobody knows how it happened.
Until now.
Well, until
next
the future when it comes out. But that's our next video, and I'm really, really excited for you guys to see it.
So that was the news segment, What's Next? And we'll rename that. We're workshopping it. So to wrap things out, how are you doing? How are you? Just mentally, emotionally, how are you?
I feel like I've been on kind of a roller coaster. It seems like 2020 is the year of extremes, whether it's extreme highs, extreme lows, and a lot of both at the same time. As I mentioned kind of earlier in the podcast, the thrill of all the Marvel videos, which I'm so excited about, came shortly after I received some very difficult personal news. And I feel like every day in quarantine is like something great happens, but then something insane or negative or weird or what the hell happens.
1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah, it feels like that a ton. And I also just wanted to say that because I want you guys to know, I mean, I know everybody says that, but what you see on social media is only part of the story. And I feel like there is definitely a misconstrued perception of only a portion of what's happening in our lives that occurs on my Instagram.
That's why we like these podcasts. We can be more real with you. It's all another plug for Twitch. That's why we like Twitch, where we can be really direct with you live. Speaking of this, one of our Twitch streams, you like literally open the stream with like essentially a vlog. You were like almost vlogging to the audience about something that had happened that week, and it was really personal and intimate. So yeah, these new mediums are really fun to connect with everybody in a whole different way. And be more genuine and truthful to what is going on. So you guys don't think, oh, just because like nobody's life is perfect. And it's good to be reminded that, and that we're all in this together.
And I want to be also very clear. I apologize that I am being vague here. Some of this I'm not allowed to talk about publicly or at all. So I just wanted to be able.
Some of it's just not your business.
Oh God, okay. But I just wanted to be real with you guys, so you guys know what's going on as much as you can. And I just want you to know that, because your support just means like 10 times that as such an amazing counterbalance to some of these other things that are happening. Aside from that, it's hard because it seems like Los Angeles is sort of like shutting down in a way. And this series of events is difficult because I feel like there is almost nothing to like hold on to as a foundation in a way. The things that we love to do, like I love going to the gym. I can't do that. But I am so grateful that we are here, we are healthy, and we are able to keep going.
We're still in a very privileged position.
Yeah, massive.
So that helps.
Position of privilege.
Yeah.
And we love you guys so much. And I feel that we have gotten to know you guys on such a more personal level throughout quarantine, through the podcast, through Twitch, through these more intimate mediums. So thank you to everybody who is here for us.
Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitch and everywhere else. And
that's it. If you guys made it to the end of this podcast, congratulations, mission accomplished. Also, if you're new here, please subscribe, give us a follow, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya.